creativity. We get free, be me, working effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the garden of good. Live, and love. In a God gonna dig big and trust. In a God gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. To the garden. Welcome to the Garden of Good, which is my home in Asheville, North Carolina, and your home wherever you are watching from. Hello, my beautiful friends. I wanted to start us with some singing. Can we sing? Because, you know, when we sing, we trigger the parasympathetic nervous system. Yes, I see people saying it and mouthing it, so I have been saying it for a while now. It's a real simple chant I wrote today for us. Welcome to the Garden of Good. Just imagine yourself as that relaxed seedling that you are, growing together with each other. It goes like this. This is a simple little chant I wrote. I hope you like it. It goes like this. My mind is air, find me there. Peace inside, I know. Mind is air, find you there. A peace inside, you know. Can you join me singing? My mind is air, find me there. Welcome, everyone. Peace inside, I know. Big breath. Mind is air, find you there. A peace inside, you know. I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and receive this prayer. I know that this time together that we spend is holy, holy, holy. It's sacred. Connecting, creating, focusing upon the good, expanding the joy in our minds, digging the grooves of love in our consciousness to spread out to the world. We are the energy and the vibration of love. So grateful to know this for all of us. I release my word, and so it is, and together we sing it. Come on, my mind is air, breathe, find me there. Spirit, peace inside, I know that I know, and my mind is air, find you there. A peace inside, you know. Let's do it one more time. My mind is air, find me there. Gonna find me there. Peace inside, I know. Oh, I know. My mind is air, find you there. A peace inside, we know. May you feel the peace that I feel right now. A year-long program. It is 4 12-week sessions. We did the heart from January to March. We're doing the mind, the body, and the soul. Roots and fruits. I told you last week. You get a whole new root and a whole new fruit now for mind. So what have you chosen? I have chosen as my root dedication, and as my fruit the book, The Dollhouse Chronicles, which I will tell you all about today maybe a little bit. So important for us to all remember in the garden is to be kind, to be gentle with ourselves and with each other. This is a practice. Joy, my favorite acronym for joy is just open you. Just open you. Just be open to whatever comes up, to whatever we do, and gardener's choice. So be as open as you want, do whatever you like. And the camera is optional and it is confidential. Your creative expression is divine, comparison is the thief of joy, and you are loved. Can I hear you say yeah? What we did with the heart series or heart session, the 12 weeks of the heart, is that we closed every week with a poem. And I've decided that for the mind, we will open each week with a poem. So we're sort of piggybacking on our heart work. So I'm going to have Lisa read a piece that I picked out with her.
This poem was called I Wish You Time by Ellie Mitchler. I don't wish you all sorts of gifts. I just wish you what most people don't have. I wish you the time to be happy and to laugh. And if you use it wisely, you can make something out of it. I wish you the time for your actions and reflections, time not only for yourself, but also to give away to others. I wish you the time not to hustle and run, but the time to be content. I wish you the time not to simply let it pass. I wish that you have enough time to be amazed and to trust, and not simply to look at the watch. I wish you the time to reach for the stars and the time to grow, to mature. I wish you the time to hope and to love. It makes no sense to postpone this time. I wish you the time to find yourself, to see happiness in each day and each hour. I wish you the time also to forgive. I wish you the time to live.
Wasn't that beautifully read, everyone? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? So the first thing that we're going to do today is going to be to break out our journal. So I'm going to read you what I have. What we're going to do is we're going to do, thank you so much, by the way. Thank you so, so much, Lisa. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Beautifully read and exactly sets us up for our time together. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a prayer for air. A prayer for air. Okay? I'm going to read you mine, and then we're going to take a moment and I'm going to play a little background music while you write your own prayer for air. Okay? My prayer for air went like this. Thank you, universe, God, great spirit, the allness for the gift of air. I'm grateful for each breath, each moment, and I recognize the sacred perfection of the atmosphere on Earth. I wish for all healthy breathing, easy breathing, and a quiet space for wholeness and healing to unfold. Amen. Just a simple prayer for the air. So take a moment and write, use your creative expression to write a prayer for air.
The only gift I have is this present moment of breathing in and breathing out. I dare myself to feel the air flowing in and out. May it fill my soul with clarity and peace. Once again, I dare to breathe in and out, all in the name of love. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Ah, air, always there, never gone. Filling my lungs, I breathe you in. Thank you, air, for the life you give me. For without you, I would be gone. Thank you, air, always there for me.
The air of spring is upon me, slightly chilly, very damp. I take comfort under a blanket. But I know warmer days are ahead, and the air shifts and changes constantly. I bless these changes and root them in God, spirit, loving kindness, and creativity. For the air of life, like the air of spring, blesses, releases, and blows away in the wind.
You move me when the spirit blows. I feel you caressing my skin. On a gusty day, with mighty force, you demonstrate your fierce, innate power. You, air, are a paradox. Grateful for how you gently are guided into my body to fill my lungs and oxygenate my blood cells. And then you told us to stop writing and I wanted to do box breathing. So that's all that happened. That was beautiful. That was so, so, so beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone, for starting us out with that beautiful prayer for air. I thought it was nice if we just start with prayer. And I thought it was really nice how each of us had a way of saying sort of thank you, which is kind of the best prayer there is, right? Okay, so we're doing our thing that I started last week, which is idea time. And what we're going to have tonight is Tiffany sharing with us. So if you could make Tiffany and also a spotlight. So there'll be two spotlights, me and Tiffany. And I will start her collage of her books. Go ahead and unmute, make sure we can hear you good.
Can you hear me? I think I'm unmuted, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yay!
So she had written these books and created these books. And so I thought when we were, last week we talked about idea time. So if there's something that you've created, an idea that you've had that you want to share with the garden, please let me know. I reached out to her and said, hey, will you share about your book? So have at it.
Hi. So, growing up, I did not have any type of help with regulation, boundaries, anything whatsoever. So being a mom of four kids, learning all of these things for myself was very difficult. And then learning how to teach this stuff to four separate, very, very different kids was also very difficult. So I went through a big journey of learning for myself and then learning how to teach each of my kids. And it was such a struggle. It really was. So for the last year or so, I've been thinking on how I can help other people do that without having as much of a struggle. And then since starting the garden and really just feeling so empowered, I actually put all of it together and I did my first book, which is the affirmations for girls, which is just a bunch of affirmations and then pictures to help show the example of them, and then some creative expression in there to help dive a little bit deeper into the meanings of them and meaning for them. And then this one's my new one that I just did. And it has a lot more for kids of a little bit older of an age. My kids range very differently in ages all the way up to 10. So I want to do something a little bit older for my oldest daughter that really worked into gratitude, affirmations, breath work exercises, journaling, creative expression, all the different things. That way she would have those things more readily available to her so she didn't grow up struggling so much. And this is what I've been doing this year. I started actually putting it all together, and I thank all of you in this group so much. Being able to express and just feel safe in a space to learn and grow has been the best thing this year. And it's crazy to think that we're only 4 months in, but I love you guys so much. This has been an amazing experience with y'all, and I finally did it. So.
It brought tears to my eyes actually today, putting that video together and looking at those pages. So really, really beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, every week I like to practice some generosity. So I would like to give a piece of my art away today. I would like to give my tulip field away today. All right, I felt like before my talk I wanted to do a little doodle. Who wants to doodle? Who wants to doodle? You want to doodle? Okay. So grab some markers and you have your Oh, look, you guys, remember it was checkered? Remember it was checkered before? It's a flower background now. This is my piano. And I wallpapered it. Isn't it pretty? So, the thoughts on my mind this week around this is a light blue on my nails, by the way. It looks like dirt under my fingernails, but it's not. It's silly to point out, but anyway. What I wanted to do today, for some reason I kept thinking about time all week when I was thinking about air. And I think it's because I don't know, there's just a connection. I'm going to talk about it in my talk, but so what I want us to do is I want us to make a clock with wings on it. And on the clock, I want it to have only now, no numbers, just now, like now in the 1 o'clock, in the 6 o'clock, in the 9 o'clock, like, you know what I'm saying? Like just the word now. So first thing to do is to draw your clock, but I want it to be either a circle or an oval or whatever, a square, it could be anything, just a clock face, whatever clock face you want. I'm gonna go with just a circle, but leave space because we're gonna give the clock wings. We're gonna give the clock wings. Okay, so just give your clock an outline. This is me doing this with you. I didn't fully do this earlier. I had the idea and I did some scribbles, but this is the first time I'm doing this. So what I want you to do is write now at 12 o'clock and now at 6 o'clock and now at 3 o'clock and now at 9 o'clock. And, put some hands on there. Put some hands. Get my little basket of markers. I got a little basket of markers. And we're going to create wings. The wings of time. I don't know. It just felt like a fun little thing. So I found this bunch of wings that you see here, and you can sort of pick your own set of wings that you would like to give your clock. And what was I going to tell you about that too? Well, my doodle's going to be blocked because we have the wings. So, but I will unblock if you want me to. I think you'd probably rather have the wings up there than my wings, right?
I'd like to see the clock again for a minute.
Okay. This was me making some. I don't know. I was just kind of wanting to imagine that, there's a freedom when I don't know why this image came to me in meditation basically, and I was like, well, let's just doodle this and see, so I'm just kind of decorating my now clock, remembering that, now I don't know why this came up. I wish I was a little more coherent with it, but I guess creative expression can sometimes be a little bit all over the place. On the wings of now. I soar, or something like that. I soar on the wings of now. I don't know. I just have this like weird. And, I think what it is I like to set up a doodle for you to continue working on while I give the talk, my little mini talk, because then it sort of gives you a couple of different things to do and while you're listening to me talk. And sometimes I feel like when we do two things at once, our brain gets exercised in a cool way. That's how music works. That's why music is so, they say music is one of the best things for the brain because you work your right brain and your left brain. You're working that part of your brain that's trying to figure something out, and you're letting your creative juices flow. So hopefully, as you listen to my talk, my little mini talk here, Have you picked your wings? Is it okay if I begin my talk now? Have you picked your wings? All right. Okay, here's my little message today. Air. Time to breathe. I've been thinking about time. The word of the week is air, and for some reason I keep thinking about time. So I was like, okay, how are they similar? Well, they're both invisible, right? Pretty much. We need both. They're both kind of tricky. They both connect us. We have different time zones, but we're all have time connecting us like the air. But most of all, the way that they are the same to me is that they are a gift. Time is a gift. Air is a gift. So we're in this mind quarter of the Garden of Good, and I'm finding myself thinking about my thinking a lot. The mind is so much like the sky, what we look at when we think of the air. And thoughts are like clouds, right? Feelings are like clouds. They're passing, and sometimes they block the light a little bit, right? This too shall pass. You can allow yourself to say that. This too shall pass. What's coming up for me to share with you today is that life is precious, every moment of it. And when we are present, like really present, like right here, right now, breathing, aware of the awareness of air, aware of whatever's coming through, no resisting the weather, but flowing with it, watching the shapes of the clouds morph, the thoughts, the feelings, the moods pass. It's all such a gift. It's all such a gift. Today, I just want to live in the gratitude of this. I just want to live in the gratitude of each and every breath, the presence, the air of life, the gift of our lungs that welcomes the air, our noses and our mouths that gather this life force. What a cool apparatus, right? I mean, we do it even involuntarily. This is our life. We're going to be alive a certain amount of time in this body, this individuation of spirit. How long? Who knows? I have had some shocking deaths in my life. I've shared before how I lost my dad suddenly. A few years back, a friend of mine from high school just didn't wake up. He was a healthy young man. I believe it was an aneurysm. Was this his fate? Did he only have so much time? The point is that we really don't know how long we got. I mean, this might sound dark, but with so much going on in the world, socially, politically, economically, this feeling like there are dark forces at work and we're doomed, it's pervasive, right? And I would like to offer a breath of fresh air, an awareness that life is precious, fleeting, marvelous, and that we are dedicated to growing good out of it all. Some things that are the most awful can birth something beautiful. Those marches, man. Humanity is good, y'all. And I believe it's our job to stay present to the feelings that come up while also breathing deeply, living in this now moment, and remaining hopeful that behind the clouds, there's always a sun shining. There will always be life continuing to transform, birth itself into more newness. I don't know if I shared this last week, but I'm going to probably share it every week since I came up with it. There is never not a new now moment. Say it with me. There is never not a new now moment. There is never not a new now moment. The old will fall away. It always does. And we can simply be that spacious, airy, thoughtful consciousness of good, praising what is, claiming the good to unfold as it should, and loving one another through these changes. We don't know what we got left, right? Embrace the moment. Make up your mind to breathe consciously, to be present, to root in whatever you've chosen to root in this quarter. What is your root? For me, it's dedication. I am determined to write this book, y'all. I have 23 pages, y'all. I am in. I can feel it. And in this way, time can kind of serve us. Instead of calling it a deadline, let's call it a live line, okay? And to help make us more alive, I will dedicate myself to having that first draft, at least that first draft by the end of this quarter. I'm determined. I'm dedicated. What are you dedicated to putting your time and your energy toward? Breathe with me. Say with me, I am present. If you want to unmute, you can. I am present. I am breathing. Thank you. I am breathing.
I am breathing.
I am
The
present.
universe is breathing
I
me.
am
The
present.
universe is
The
breathing
universe is
me.
The
breathing me.
universe is breathing me.
Listen, I've never been in a hot air balloon.
I'm going.
I was going to see who has. I think it'd be cool, but I'm a little bit afraid. But maybe someday. But I think they are amazing, right? And if you think of your consciousness this week, like that hot air balloon, think of it as warming yourself up with the presence of spirit from the inside, like lifting yourself up to the air of possibility, of awe. See the whole picture, zoom out, breathe deeply, love long. You have all the time in the world. And yet, all we have is right now. And so it is. So, wait, did I have one more thing to share there? What did I have there? Yeah. Warm yourself with the presence of spirit. Warm yourself with the presence of spirit. As the airs that are cold around us, right? As you get higher up, it gets colder, right? So I was watching this great video of Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about clouds. You should definitely Google it and watch it this week. I'll put it on Facebook. It was great. He was talking about clouds and how they form and stuff. And you can think about it as he's talking about it. Think of it spiritually, right? The updrafts. Think of it as a metaphor. It's really quite beautiful how nature is such a great teacher for us, right? I want to put us into a breakout. And the thing that I want us to break out about is, what is your root? If you haven't decided, I want you to decide today. Asking, like, what's the difference between like a heart root and a mind root, you know? And I was like, well, nothing. It's all arbitrary. It's all words, right? Like, it's all just sort of like whatever comes to you. The energy of the book, Make Good, was absolutely like a 60s beat poet that, it just came out of me improvisationally. It was very flowing. There was no doctrine or dogma, or I don't claim to know anything that you don't know. It's just a space to explore different prompts and different ideas and different ways to look at our reality. And the heart, mind, body thing, soul thing, it just came. It didn't come necessarily as a year-long thing. That was just something I decided to do. Everything that's happened with the Garden of Good has been complete improvisation. And in a way, that's why I like what Rev Lorraine just said about, I want things to come easy. I want my fruits to come easy. And for me, honestly, the dollhouse, I just saw it at a thrift store and I said, I want to do something with that, right? It just happened. And then I was like, oh, I want to write a book about this because it was so interesting, right? So I don't know what my fruit will be for, the body time. But I know that this book, it might be completing the book, book, you know what I mean? I'm not going to push and pressure and force anything in the Garden of Good, because you cannot stand over a seed and say, grow, you can't. You have to allow things to unfold. And that's what I love about this journey, is the space of allowing. One of my favorite things about this garden idea is do what you want. It's your choice. There's going to be things I present and ideas that I have, but it's up to you, like what you want to do with this. I love it. It's sort of like you get to, if you have these big goals, we will hold you accountable to them. If you don't, and you just kind of want to hang out and be chill, we will support you in that too, right? And as the year goes by, like I said last time, I think I'm going to look at the whole year and go, what worked, what didn't, what was this Garden of Good thing that we just did? What just happened? And we can all sort of go, what did I really get out of each section? Could I do this in a shorter amount of time? The whole year gives us time to sort of milk the ideas and figure out what's living inside of it. And I can't freaking tell you how excited I am about my book. I'll share a little bit about something about the book real quick, is that this book if you know my story, then you know that I'm here in Asheville because I was hired. I had a job offer and I lost the job right at the pandemic. And when that happened for me, I sort of hid away in this city. And I am part of me writing this book is me going out into the city and writing at coffee houses and libraries, places, spaces in Asheville to reconnect, to come out, to flap my wings, to transform as a coming out of, a darker space, which really was that time and that experience. So the book is now a chronicle of chronicling the dollhouse. So it's not just the dollhouse, it's the experience of writing about the dollhouse. Do you follow me? So it's writing about the writing, and which is what we're doing all the time. We're making a story inside of a story inside of a story, which is the most creative thing of all, right? Is the stories we tell. That's what we're creating. All right. So I want us to move on to our cut and bloom. Cut and bloom. I'm going to show you the example that I made. The example that I made is right here. It's so cute. It's got a cloud and it's got, this one only has like 4 different things, but I think we should do 5 or 6 to make it fill out a little bit more. So how we're going to make this is you're going to get something to be a cloud color. So pick your cloud color for your construction paper. And if you only have white, then that's fine. Pick white. My cloud, I want my cloud to be purple because it's spirit. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm going to just yell at my dog because she's barking. I have to yell at her to be quiet. Okay. All right. So this is going to be my cloud. Let's start with a cloud. Cloud is easy, right? So now clouds are fascinating. They're fascinating. They're vapor, they're gas, they're passing. It's passing thoughts. So on my cloud, this cloud here, I wrote, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, all around it, this too shall pass. So if there's something like that or that phrase that you like, that can be sort of the message of your cloud. So what we're going to do, you can make any kind of cloud you want. You can make it puffy, you can make it more streaky, you can make it, more airy fairy. You can make it however you want. It's your cloud. It's the cloud of your consciousness. It's the cloud of those thoughts that come along that say the things that maybe aren't true or the things that are going to pass by, right? And I'm going to cut out my cloud. I'm going to draw my cloud and cut out my cloud. That's the first thing we're going to do. Draw your cloud and cut out your cloud. And I feel like maybe I should also, while we're doing this, I should share with you. I got so excited about that little chant that we did that I made a recording of it, and it's really terrible, but I'm still going to share it with you. It's like a little demo of it. Hold on, I'll share it with you while we cut. Let's see here. I can't even really remember how it goes. Can you hear it okay? We are cutting out our cloud. This too shall pass. Noticing with so once you have your cloud, you can sort of just cut it out and put it aside, or if you need a few more minutes on the cloud, I'll go ahead and write my little messages. This too shall pass. Life is precious. Dear angel knows this all too well. Try to focus upon your breathing as you're writing, as you're thinking. My cloud, I don't like my cloud as much as my other cloud, but it's fine. I might add a little cloud inside my cloud to give it a more cloudy vibe. How now, brown cloud? All right, I got a giggle out of Lorraine. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to make our hot air balloon, which the hot air balloon is so cool. It's this idea of warming ourselves from the inside, right? So I picked, now I don't know if you all have like different, colored things, but I picked a couple different colors here for my balloon. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold a paper in half so we get two of the same color, right? And basically to draw this hot air balloon, we're just going to start with like the bottom like this, and then we're going to go up. It's just a simple shape, right? It's a simple shape like this. It's not that great, but perfection is for the gods. And then we're going to cut it out, and then you'll have two of them, right? Try to make it, even as you can. Mine was not that great there, but it's like a bulb almost, right?
Instead, we'll say, mine is beautifully perfect.
Mine is perfectly imperfect. Perfectly imperfect. Thank you so much for that encouragement. So once you have one that's cut out and you're going to do your second two, in order to make them match, what you'll do is you will trace, the one that you've already cut so that you have the same exact size for the next two. So again, you can trace it. Doesn't have to be perfect.
So you don't fold the second one?
Yeah, you fold the second one. Yep, you're going to have two of both. Yep.
Okay.
And then you're going to trace using the other one, right? And by the time that this is done, we will have four of these little bulby hot air balloon tops. Oh yeah, it's a white sky life. It's a white sky life. How's it going? Do you guys have your bulbs cut out? All right. Okay, so the next step is to fold them all in half. That sounds easy, but because the smaller part is, smaller, it is not as easy as you think. So fold them all in half, and perfectly half. I would say you can start from that smaller part to make it a little bit easier on yourself, and just make that fold down the center of them. I used a printed, it's printed on one side, so I'm going to fold it, so that's exposed. Do you guys notice that I've gotten better at going slowly? Have you guys noticed that? I've tried really hard to okay, thank you so much for noticing that. So basically that's what we're going to do is we're going to, we're going to glue them together. So what we do is we take one of them, And you put some glue on the side of the back of it. And then you take a different color and you line it right on up. I mean, it's easy as pie, right? And then you do the same thing and you alternate because it looks cool when you alternate if you want. And you could also do this with a few more cutouts if you want. If you wanted it to be a little thicker, if you want to go all the way around, we're not going all the way around. We're just going to paste it to the cloud. So the key is that wherever you put it on the cloud, draw your basket in. So you're going to draw your basket on So basically, you're going to fold it over and glue one side of it and add the other side of the So here, I'll take it off. Does that make sense? So this is one, right? And this was another one. And what I did was I closed this one up, put glue on the back of it, and put the front of that one on. Does that make sense? You got it? Back to back kind of thing. And then when you're ready, you can glue it to your cloud. Again, leaving space for your basket. Because basically your basket is going to be just drawn on. I'm using an metallic pen. And we're going to make it like, now some of you can be real artsy and make it like a circle like this. A little bucket. And then you can make it like a little more detailed. The mind is like the air. The mind tells us crazy things. I like this whole idea of like, don't believe everything you think. I like that a lot. And also redirect, that's what we do in New Thought. And one of the things I thought we might want to do with our hot air balloon that's going to go on our garden poster board is we might want to write anything we want to release on the hot air balloon. I release. I'm going to put any laziness because for me, why dedication is such a good word for me is because I can be exceedingly lazy, which I'm not judging. It's okay to be lazy, but I want to be very active and dedicated to this project, this quarter. So I'm going to release any fear because for me, writing a book, it's basically a memoir and exposing some feelings and some thoughts and some truths about my life is really scary, right? So I release self-judgment. And I release what other people think of me. So what do you need to release to help root you down or get your fruit going? What do you need to release to find more discernment? or to find more flow or whatever your abundance. What do you have to release? Thoughts of lack, right? So much. Thank you so much for giving to the garden. I can't tell you what it means to me when I am in the middle of the week and somebody drops in a little donation to this venture of the Garden of Good. Yes, I do put my energy, time, and love into it. Yes, it is free. Yes, you have the opportunity to give a love offering of whatever you want. I give a suggestion of 20 to 30, but don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you from giving more. You can give as much as you want, and whatever you give, you shall receive back tenfold. That is the law of circulation. And if you are fed here spiritually, I encourage you to offer the plate to someone else. Say, hey, come on out to the Garden of Good and create some shit with us because it's really fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is my ask. And then we're going to move on really quickly to the affirmation card, which is now, this will be our 13th affirmation card if you've been doing it from the beginning. Mine is like the air, my mind is clear. I'm dedicated to a clear mind. Like the air, my mind is clear. Oh, and remember how last week I said I wanted you to come up with an affirmation that you said every morning for this 12 weeks. Did you do your home play? My affirmation is, if not, take a moment right now and do it. My affirmation for this quarter is every morning and when I feel slippery, when I feel slidey, when I feel sad, when I feel lonely, when I feel whatever I feel, all the feelings, because I'm a double Cancer, I say, I am dedicated to living my highest and best life. I am dedicated. That's mine for this quarter. Take it if you want it. I am dedicated. Please, if you will, if you have one, put it down on the in the messages. I thought last week was, oh yeah, that's right. Last week was 1, so the 13. This is 14, right? 14. Thank you. Goodness. Double Libra, Loretta. Double Libra. This has been another amazing time with you. Your home play is meditation practice. Last week, I invited you, I asked you, I implored with you, take 5 to 15 minutes every day. Did you do it? By a show of hands, did you do it? Who did it? There are many, many fruits. There were days that I missed it. I'm going to be honest with you. There were days that I missed it, but practice makes better. Conscious breathing. We talked about breathing a little bit this week. If you do breath work, do some this week. Be present. This is perfect for Joellen. Mindfulness. Notice time this week. Time kept coming up for me this week. How when we are really busy, it seems like we have more time for some reason. When we have too much time on our hands, when we're doing something and time flies, just notice time, how bendable it is, how you have more than enough that you need. That didn't make any sense, but feel the air this week. Feel the air. Send a gram this week if you want. And of course, our gratitude lists. We love them. They bring us out of the darkest, deepest holes.
It's been great being with all of you gardeners again tonight. So let's close our eyes gently now and begin by arriving right here, right now. Let yourself land softly in this moment. No fixing, no figuring out, just being. Take a slow, easy breath in and out. Feel the air, that generous, invisible gift, moving in and through you. There's nothing you need to do. Just allow yourself to be breathed. Air as presence, air as permission. Let the breath remind you you are alive. And in this breath, this one right here, everything is okay. There is no future to rush to, no past to relive, just now. Let yourself rest in the holy hush of this moment. Notice how the air wraps around you, how it touches your skin like a quiet blessing. Notice the space between breaths, that pause, like the heartbeat of time itself. Each inhale invites awareness. Each exhale, a gentle release. There is a rhythm to your being that cannot be rushed. Time is not your master. You are timeless in this breath, eternal right now. So breathe in presence, breathe out peace. Let the air move through you like a whisper of the divine. And know that wherever you go from here, this breath, this now, is always waiting for you. A doorway back home. Let's take one last deep breath together. In and out. And gently, when you're ready, open your eyes. You are here. You are whole. You are held.
I love you. And so it is. Here we go. Play, pray, slay. In the dark, gonna make good today. In the dark, gonna create, elevate, celebrate, and love. I'm Amy from the GOG, Garden of Good Creativity. We get free, be me, working effortlessly. Do what you love and then allow the prosperity. You got this. Make good, make it your own. You know you got the power in your mind, heart, body, and soul to grow dreams, grow faith, grow you. Create authentically in the Garden of Good. Give, live, and love. In a God gonna dig big and trust. In a God gonna